Hello and welcome to tonight's video where we're going to cover the rookie junglers from 2023. I did this for top lane. That video will appear at the end in the end screen or whatever if you'd like to click on that. So we're just going to look at these. For me, a rookie appeared on this list if they played more than half the games in a split for the team regular season, not playoffs. As far as players not being allowed on this list if they played more than half of a split in a major region, then they used up their rookie status. So we'll start with Tianjin from IG. He played in summer. 19 years old, only one of three teenagers on this board. 29 years old, hit a 2.6 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 67.8 KP. So not a ton of farm. Not a lot of KP. Rengar one trick. 18.5 gold share, 292 damage per minute, 14 damage share, which you're going to find is rather low, actually, in terms of share. IG finding damage elsewhere. 9 champions in 29 games. We're going to skip Hung for a second and go with Gideon. Gideon at 20 years old played for IG in spring. He formerly had played with KT in the LCK, but never played enough games to not appear on this list. So at 20 years old, had 36 games, 2.9 KDA, 5 CS per minute, 68.2 KP. So you'd say, low farm, you need to be involved. It wasn't the case, and why he lost his job. 18.2 gold share, which you're going to find pretty much everybody's in this range, around 18%. 318 damage per minute was 18.4% of damage. Gives you a real vibe, right, for how IG looked in spring versus summer. 4% difference in damage is significant. 10 champions played in that window of time. Now we have Hang. Hang had 85 games with Team We this past year, and I thought he was very good. Now seeing that he's 22 years old, that does explain things. In my opinion, age does matter at this point because of development time in organized league versus solo queue. I think all of this stuff really matters. 3.2 KDA, 5.1 CS per minute, 72.4 KP. More of a facilitator, but he found opportunities to make things happen. 18.2 gold share, 291 damage per minute, 13.4 damage share, and 15 champions played in those 85 games. So a trio of junglers in the LPL in terms of rookies. Then we have Grizzly. Grizzly actually outperformed my expectations. I thought HLE were dead to rights after Clid got in trouble and Grizzly had to come up. He was not ready, but at 18 years old, he did an okay job. 54 games, 3.5 KDA, 5.5 CS per minute, 71.7 KP. I mean, those numbers are very standard. And for an 18-year-old in the LCK, I'd say they're pretty damn good. 18.2 gold share, 290 damage per minute, 13.6 damage share. And then we have the nice fancy stats here. So at 15 minutes, on average, Grizzly was ahead of LCK junglers, and that's significant. His pathing, finding opportunities to make things happen to get gold or XP, and being up a camp. So 125 gold, 3 CS, 115 XP, 1 solo kill, 11 champions played. Young Jay, 21 years old, played with the Freaks. In 83 games, had a 2.8 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 72.2 KP. So numbers also pretty solid on a worse team than Grizzly. So it does make sense the KDA is a bit lower. 18.3 gold share, 282 damage per minute, 13.7 damage share. And at 15 minutes, he was average. Down 20 gold and 5 XP, but up 2 CS. Now we have to think about this for a second, though. He was above average. There are 4 LCK junglers on this board. So there are only 6 non-rookies to begin with regularly playing in the LCK this past season. 5 solo kills, 11 champions played in 83 games. Willer, 20 years old. A lot of people are going to be like, Willer's a rookie? If you actually look back at his regular seasons, he did not play the bulk of the games for anybody in the LCK. Yes, he played at Worlds, but he never was the starter during the regular season. And he's only 20 years old. At that time, he was much younger. And people need to have some perspective on that. 91 games, 3.2 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 70.3 KP. These numbers are very standard. I can't go over to them. We talked about the top lane numbers being very similar with the rookies, and most of the time it was kind of like, they're leaving a little bit to be desired, but the junglers, at least for the most part, have been very average, which is good for a rookie. 18.6 gold share, 268 damage per minute, 13.3 damage share. On average, down 210 gold, up 1 CS, down 90 XP, 9 solo kills, 13 champions played. Just trying to make things happen. We have Sylvie at 21 years old for Nongshim. 85 games. Now, he died a lot. Nongshim really was not very good. 2.2 KDA, 5.3 CS per minute, 71 1 KP. So out of the 4, he was the worst. 18.7 gold share, 265 damage per minute, 13.9 damage share. On average, down 195 gold, 3 CS, 150 XP, 5 solo kills, 11 champions played. So there were 4 rookie junglers in the LCK, and honestly, I think, like I said, Sylvie was the worst of the 4, but given he was a rookie on a team full of rookies, essentially, I think he did okay. In the LEC, we had 5 different rookies. So technically, Peach was a rookie at 23 years old. A couple older rookies, and that is perspective on this. So Peach, facilitator is what you think when you think of Peach, but really, he found ways to get ahead of other LEC junglers, and I think it's something to think about. Now, at the same time, 5 rookies on the board, so half of the LEC had rookies in the jungle role. 3.3 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 75.9 KP. Very facilitator oriented, the highest KP on the board. 18.5 gold share, 364 damage per minute, 15% of the team's damage. You're going to see that the damage per minute is much higher in the LEC versus the LCK and LPL, and that's because of just the meta and the style of play that Europe has. On average, up 50 gold, 8 CS, 220 XP, 3 solo kills, 10 champions played. So he had the highest CS diff at 15 minutes, finding a way to get up of like 2 or 3 camps on average against everybody. A lot of people think he's Malrung Light. I think he's better than that. I think Peach is fine, but we do have to remember he's 23 years old, right? So he is not 113, who is 4 years younger than him. And there it is, a massive difference in development. At 19 years old, Peach was probably in academy on DRX, not even. Yike. So Yike is the guy that we look at, wow, he played great. And he was great. He's 23 years old. He was 22 years old at that time. In his development, he is, rather cooked by this point. Like the improvements, I don't know how much will be there for him. He's very good anyways. 100 games, 5.1 KDA, 5.8 CS per minute, 72 KP. He played excellent. But at the same time, you have to say to yourself, how much playing on G2 might have helped that. 19.8 gold share, significant, 20% essentially, which is quite high. 485 damage per minute, 19% of damage. That's very high. We're looking at a 6% difference compared to some other junglers here. On average, up 450 gold, 7 CS, 280 XP, 20 solo kills in 100 games, and 22 champions played. That has part to do with G2. Obviously, we look at this board. Outside of HLE, honestly, G2 is the only team on here that was pretty damn good when it had a rookie jungler. It's kind of funny because BDS made Worlds, and I'm saying that. So Sheo, 22 years old as well. So same age as Yike, and I think that needs to, or same area, if you will, in development, versus 113, who I'm going to keep referencing because he is so much younger. People gave him a lot of crap comparing him to these older rookies. 83 games, 4.2 KDA, 5 CS per minute, 72 4 KP. Pure facilitator. Sheo is not a carry. At least he didn't show that last year. 17.9 gold share, 313 damage per minute, 15% of damage, which is a very different vibe than what Yike gave off. Down 265 gold, 4 CS, 130 XP, 9 solo kills, 14 champions played. Keep in mind some of those stats are world stats. Then we have Bo. Bo was the one that was actually what Yike is what people thought Bo was going to be. Bo, very aggressive. A lot of people think cerebrally, is that how you say it? He was ahead of his teammates. He's trying to make plays. His teammates weren't able to follow up, and therefore he just looked like he was inting. That was a thing that I kept hearing throughout the year. And as a rookie, I could see that happening and him lacking the ability to communicate with his team so they can see the angle as well, or even articulate, hey, I see this angle, but maybe they don't. So if I go in here, I'm going to die. So maybe I shouldn't go in there and just, work on that first part of helping everybody figure out what's going on in game so we all can be on the same page. And that just ended up being the case. So in 42 games, he had a 2.3 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 68 KP, very average. And KDA awful because he inted his face off. 18.9 gold share, 387 damage per minute, 17 damage share. On average up 170 gold, 4 CS, 160 XP, 9 solo kills, 13 champions played. In the end, Douglas would take his job. We'll see how Bo does with KC now. And then lastly, we have 113. At 19 years old with Astralis, a team that looked terrible on paper, I thought. I mean, he didn't look great. He should not have been there. And it's unfortunate that if people give him a lot of heat for his performance. I thought, given the circumstances, what did we really expect? 42 games, 2.5 KDA, 4.5 CS per minute, 72 8 KP. So on average, against a guy like Yike, he's behind 13 CS at 10 minutes. That's not going to work, right? 18 gold share, 303 damage per minute, 14.8 damage share. And on average, he was down 13 CS against LEC junglers, 315 gold, 485 XP, 4 solo kills, 10 champions played. So what are you going to do? I mean, the kid tried his hardest. He probably shouldn't have been there. He took an opportunity, and hopefully in ERLs he can continue to develop. And then when he is 21, 22 years old, like these guys in 2026 or so, he'll get another opportunity because I think that's what we need to have is perspective. Age is a big factor in this, in development. And I think you can see the difference in development when you look at their ages without even looking at the stats. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter. I hope to see you again tomorrow.